did it take? How many years did it take? I swear, if they don't make a season 4 like sooner, I'm gonna throw a fit. Hi everybody, I'm Jeffrey and this is another episode of Stage Shock 18. Today I will be talking about the first half of Young Justice Season 3 that came out on the DC streaming site. Now, at first I was like a little skeptical because, it's been so long and it's hard to like there's so many people that would come in that are new and they change the way the show feels. But I think they got it. And I am I know it sucked that we had to wait so long, but I think it was worth it in the long run. There is a lot going on in season 2. There's a lot of world building, I would say, and I think a lot of characters were seen. There's not a lot that got a giant amount of character development, but I think there is a lot of influential characters. For example, they really went heavy on Halo, Forager, and then Geoforce, which all were really cool and their own, they all had different unique abilities and powers, so that was really interesting. Halo is I was kind of annoyed with her at first though, because it just seemed every single second either she was dying or she was getting some new power, and I was like, how many powers is this girl gonna have? You guys need to figure out what you want in this character and stick with it. But I think they're near the end of the season, they're really getting to that point where they were establishing who she was, and they weren't gonna keep just throwing stuff into her, making this really really crazy unrealistic character. Geoforce, he's annoying a lot of the time, but he definitely reminds you of the dynamic in season 1 between the kids and the Justice League. So I get why they're using him as that little branch. And then Forager is kind of cool because he's another alien that's on the show, and he's completely different from M'gann and then Connor, so that was really cool. And we get to see a lot of interactions. We get to see Nightwing, and we get to see Superboy, and we get to see Artemis, aka Tigress, a lot in the shows as mentors, so that's really cool. I don't like that in this season. Hate to break it to you, M'gann is sidelined a lot. She's the leader of the team now, but the team frankly isn't shown a lot in the movie. It's very heavily based on the Outsiders, so we get to see a lot of Black Lightning too, which is really cool. But at the same time, you're all those peak characters that were introduced in season 2, you're I was you guys built them up so we could like them. And then in season 3, it's okay, here's one episode where they're not really even the main focus. They're another side plot. And that's it for the season. That's pretty much how it goes. But at the end of it, I think they're making it set up that all the outsider characters are now going to go onto the team. So I think we'll see more interactions between all the characters, which is really nice because I was really annoyed by that at first. But I'm okay, there's obviously something that they're doing here, so I'm gonna just trust it and I'm gonna sit through it. But honestly, it's a pretty decent show. I do enjoy DC animated anything has been great lately. There's been so many great content that has come out. The villains, we get to see a really cool backstory for Vandal Savage and what's going on between him and Darkseid, which is really interesting. And a lot is playing out between the two interactions. One of the things that I was most surprised to find out about, but I really really liked, was the intergroup of Circle members between it was Batman, Wonder Woman, Aqualad, who is actually now Aquaman, and then Miss Martian, Nightwing, Oracle, and then Robin. And the 7 of them are basically doing the hero version of the light. And it was really interesting because they were talking about it. And Wonder Woman's kind of skeptical about it because she's we're having all these heroes work together and they don't even know that they're working together. Are we doing the right thing? And she's if this ever gets brought up, how are we, are you all prepared to lie on the stand? And I'm over here of course they are. The Bat family all has secret identities for a reason. And then M'gann's a Martian. And then Aqualad's from Atlantis. He'll be fine. He'll just swim away. So Calder will be fine. And Batman's like, and Wonder Woman, you don't even need to take the stand because you're using your diplomatic immunity, so don't worry about it. We also get to see Batman Inc. a little bit, which is really cool, and I really liked what they're doing. And I might get some hate for saying this, but I totally agree with Batman here. Like, it makes perfect sense. Like, the light is purposely making it where it's too political and the Justice League can't do the job that they are promised to do. So Batman's working around it, and he's like, I'm not doing this anymore. He's like, I got my team, I got Griff, so we're going to go in and we're going to fight, and we're not going to have to worry about these consequences that are set up by Lex Luthor. So that was really interesting. And, like, I get why some of the members, like Black Canary, for example, like, she was really mad at Green Arrow and Batman because, like, they set this up beforehand. And, like, Green Arrow didn't tell Black Canary, and he's like, you can come with us. And she's like, no, you sidelined for me because you knew I wouldn't betray Calder. And now you think you could just be like, hey, come with me? And she was like, nope, if you're leaving by yourself. And it was amazing how many members, like, Batman already had, like, really on his side. And he was, like, going. And we got to see Batman, Katana, and then Metamorpho actually go to where the League of Shadows are at now. And they were on, like, a recon mission to see where Geoforce's younger sister Terra is. And yes, it's like Terra, like Teen Titans Terra, that Terra. And really big spoiler here is at the end, like, it was great and they rescued her and they got everyone and it seemed really happy. And they did it. They did the whole Terra texted and Slade Deathstroke and was like, I'm in. And I was like, get out. Do not hurt my family. Get out of here. I was so annoyed. I was like, dang it. I want a Terra story. Like, either, like, I get why they're doing the storyline because, like, duh, it's iconic and that's another one to throw in. But I was like, do they have to do it in everything? I was like, I'm kind of over this whole Terra being, like, used everything. It's like a traitor in everything. So, and I think this one will be interesting, though, because, like, in this version, she has her brother who would be on the team, too. So that'll be interesting. And Cyborg was actually introduced near the very end of the season, and I really liked him. It was weird because Cyborg's, like, voice actor is, like, not the same one from, like, Teen Titans or whatever, but the one that's from Teen Titans is still in the show is, like, the friend. So, like, I was watching it and I was like, wait, he's not Cyborg, you're Cyborg? And I was like, okay, why would you even put him in here? So I had to get over that. And that was weird to me. But I really like this version of Cyborg. It was interesting because, like, they showed how, like, you know, the mother box is from New Genesis and from the New Gods, supposed to be, like, a great technology. But Cyborg was actually, like, he was influenced by the Father Box, which is from, like, Apocalypse and Darkseid and all of those. So the two of them really butt heads in the end of the season, and, like, it's revealed that both of them have, like, the greater of, like the greater technology inside of them. They both, like, there's a fight where the both of them, like, the Father Box versus Mother Box, like, they actually fight, and, like, Cyborg and, like, Halo are kind of, like, not, like, they're not, like, there, but, like, yeah, that made sense. No, it didn't. It's okay. It was just, I think there's some great things. I want to see more Miss Martian, and I think there will be. We did not to get to see Beast Boy a lot in the beginning, but he had a episode centered around himself, and it ended up being really funny. They made fun of Teen Titans Go. They did some Hello Megan, so we got to see everything why he's not on the team anymore. And then we get to see that he's, like, asking to be back on the team. So that's really interesting. I think there's a lot that's going on, and I think there's some great potential for a lot of characters. A lot of characters are getting, like, they're getting their suits, like, upgraded, and we're getting to see new members all the time. So I think it's really cool, and there's a lot going down, and I'm very intrigued to where this storyline is going to go. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments, if you're enjoying this just as much as I am, if you're hopeful, if you're kind of, like, not feeling the Young Justice vibe. I personally am, but I had to, like, get past that whole skeptical stuff that it was only about the outside characters at first. But if you liked what I was talking about, give me a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see other content, you can subscribe to my channel where I do movie reviews, trailer reviews, and sometimes Overwatch gameplay. That's all that I have for today. Thank you guys for watching.